Hello. This is the third part of me adding more bugs to my banner. Banners are like a bit annoying because I found that multiple times not everything will be visible, and like sometimes there is like cutoff, which I'm not a big fan of. It's a bit annoying. But I thought I'd do even more, adding more to my banner. I was kind of having fun with it. I want to get that straighter. I was having fun with it, and I thought I would revisit it. Maybe I'll revisit it like a couple more times. Like, why not? And not like the Pokemon. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I realized like there is so much space in this entire banner that like I could like infest it. But to be honest, it's probably gonna take me a long time to really fill it all the way up. But I thought I would like record the journey along the way. YouTube banners and unappreciated art. I think I remember when they added banners, or maybe they took it away. I think they like took it away for a little while there, and it was kind of like I don't know. I think you used to have more customizations back then. Like you used to have like sidebars. Like you were really able to make it seem like your own piece of YouTube. I mean, it still is, but like I think there was a whole background image you had control over way back when. I could be wrong on that, but I want to say it sounds vaguely familiar to me. Why they removed it, I don't know. I think I want to say there was like a trend going on with a lot of companies deciding to like all mimic each other. People may make fun of that. Like if you look at a lot of corporate logos, they all look the same. Like they all look the same style. I forget what they call it. Let me Google it. Oh, I think it's called corporate something. Yeah, corporate Memphis. Yeah, corporate Memphis. I wonder if there's any irony in what I'm kind of doing here, but in my drawings. But yeah, it was called corporate Memphis, and like the whole joke was that they all kind of used a similar style that looked flat, and I think the whole joke was like they probably were all trying to emulate each other. Which I understand because they gotta make a living. But at the same time, it looked pretty bad. No, I think it's further. But yeah, they all looked the same. It was really hard to see any clear distinctions in it. So it got made fun of to oblivion. Internet. Right now I'm drawing the outline of a milkweed caterpillar, if you're wondering what it is. Caterpillars are interesting. I've seen people draw them from afar, and I've always noticed that they kind of miss out on like all the bumps. Like caterpillars are not as simple as you think they are. Like most people think they're just kind of like a sausage, but there's a lot of complexity to them. They have usually bumps on their leg. They have different patterns. They have like a really small face that's usually really hard to see. But I think the purpose is for you not to see it. They're trying to look larger than they actually are so they don't get eaten. I believe so. I believe that's the case. Once I read up, I actually have a couple books on caterpillars, so I will touch. I'll touch upon every bug in existence that we know of, that has some clear images of, but I will try to cover them. There's a lot of bugs, like you should know. Like it is really cool. I feel like being an entomologist and having to really know how to identify bugs is not for the faint of heart. I mean, it's really fun, and you know, I feel like bugs are one of the only things that really take me away from a lot of stress. I don't know. It's kind of like the world changes a bit. When I say that, I mean like, I'm not old, but like, you know, when you work a job and all of that, there's a lot of stressors it adds that it doesn't need to. And more often than not, like, you have to just accept it when you're in the heat of the moment, which is a bit annoying. Because if there's anything I learned, a lot of people make stuff up. Like, I don't know, they add stressors that don't need to be there for the sake of it being more competitive. And I found it a bit weird. I mean, more often than not, it's because, like, I know how to get my job done, but I don't know. It's very weird, in my opinion. I wonder if I should draw this guy on a leaf. I'll draw him on a portion of a leaf, because I feel like all caterpillars belong on, like, either a branch or they're munching on a leaf. You know, something like that. It's what they do, you know. They eat. Oh, what was I talking about? YouTube banners. Yeah, YouTube banners. Yeah, I think there was a lot more customization options in the past. It's always interesting to see what they decide is the thing to use for the time. It's cool that we have, like, options to customize it, you know, I will say. It's better to have, like, something than nothing. A very cool option. Maybe they thought it was too much, like, I don't know. Like, I never used MySpace. That was, like, way before my time. I did use Facebook, I mean, a long, long time ago. I don't really use it, but when I did have it, I, like, you really couldn't customize it so much. It was more just like, hey, share all of your personal information with us. And in return, we take all of your data and we don't customize. We don't allow you to customize it. Yeah, that was the way of Facebook. I think milkweed caterpillars become monarch butterflies. In case you were wondering. I feel like caterpillars are very, like, you rarely see them. I always felt like they're really hard to look for, which is definitely intentional. They do not want to be found because they get eaten by like a lot of bugs and they move really slow. So I guess you have to do everything you can to avoid being a delicious meal. Alrighty. You know what? I don't think I'm going to put them on a leaf after all, because I think it's just going to end up like obscuring the legs. Like originally I wanted to do that, but like when I add in the whole thing, it's just going to obscure all that little work I did. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I'll see how it looks real quick. Maybe if I make the leaf a little bit thinner. I have to like think of how I want to invent it. Not like that. Let me see. Yeah. Maybe I'll keep the underline a bit. I don't know. I also realized I had some work over here on the mantis. Some extra green that I didn't want anyone to see. I don't know why it's all like that. I worked so hard to avoid those little areas. Oops. I hope my file didn't corrupt and forget some of my work. So bizarre. Who knows why it does that. Alrighty. Now onto the leaf again. And I saw the leaf that the bug was on, the milkweed caterpillar, and I wanted to include the bite marks because it ate a good deal out of the leaf. And it's really funny. I thought I would eventually do a poll, like a YouTube poll, and say like, out of these bugs, which ones do you think are pests? And I think it would be funny because like technically like most caterpillars are considered pests, Butterflies, probably as well, because if they lay eggs, they, obviously you'll get caterpillars, and they eat plants, leaves, which they need for food, but, it's like everyone loves butterflies until probably they're eating your food, or eating your flower leaves and killing them. But yeah, I find it funny. Butterflies. Sure, cool. I always liked caterpillars more. Well, I don't know. I guess I like both. I like them all. Okay, I'm gonna try to get under. Look, I just drew kind of a silhouette, but I thought I would try to maybe redo some of the bottom space on the leaf. Guess it's the negative space I'm getting here, which I've always heard it beat it into my head about the negative space, but I never actually thought I'd be drawing it. And I realized I should have extended the leaf a little bit further. Oops. I'll do it. I'll show you. I think it should have been extended a little bit farther. Than what I did. And I also missed the undercut part of it, which I will fix now. Okay. See a little area right here. Maybe I'll exaggerate. Okay. There we go. We have our milkweed caterpillar on a leaf. Not to scale with all the other bugs. I'm just kind of drawing them as I see them. Not really focusing so much on 100% accuracy. I guess above it, I will try to draw a little bit of a monarch butterfly. Which, the thing that's a bit frustrating about butterflies is I feel like unless you're seeing them from a very specific side, like it's really hard to absorb everything there is about a given butterfly. They have a complicated wingspan. Their actual bodies are always a bit thin. I may even go closer. The bodies are usually thin. They kind of have like a triangular thorax, and it kind of just like tapers down as you have the main segment of their body. And obviously, like, their wings are going to be, well, no, it's not always obvious. Since they're insects, their wings and legs are going to be attached to their thorax, not the abdomen, not that thing here. I'm going to color this in. So yeah, it's always a bit weird. Kind of tricks you. Well, maybe not tricks you, but like you may just not know. Unless you have multiple views. Like, I've seen really good like underside views. But like a lot of the books I have always kind of feature butterflies like just a full wingspan. Which is pretty. I like that too. I'm not saying I don't like it, but if you want to understand them deeper, I feel like you kind of have to try to find other images of them. Perhaps like sitting on a leaf, like an underside, you know. And yeah, that's like its body. I guess I'll draw the eyes, which are kind of like, the eyes are like these interesting, very bulbous. And like, I think butterflies have a proboscis, which is used to drink nectar, but don't quote me on this, but I think they will go after insects, or even like their own caterpillars at certain points. Yeah, Googling butterfly, like the crimes that butterflies do, it's like attacking other bugs, it's just awful. Especially like when they attack their own caterpillars. It's like, I didn't think they did that. Everyone likes to look at these butterflies as these flawless. Well, I'm not gonna call nature flawed, but like it's just awful. But I don't know. I'm not the. They're all just trying to live. Yeah, there were some interesting images. If you want to see them, I think they were milkweed. Ugh, I can't remember. But all I knew is that I saw one butterfly attacking a caterpillar. It was like drinking from it to get, I think, was it like alkalines or something? I don't know. But like, I think most butterflies, like, they taste really bad. So if they get eaten by like another bug, or if they get eaten by a bird or some other animal, it will like tell them like, don't do this again. You know, one of like those types of deterrent. So they do that. Yeah, the world of insects is not for the faint of heart. And I may stop this video at about a half hour or so. And split it into I may like make a couple more. I have to tell you, I thought I'd be able to draw a bunch more insects and arachnids before that time. Kind of like that. Maybe I'll do one more. I'll have to think of what. I'll do a snail. Actually, how about a ladybug? Or ladybird is what a lot of other people will call them. And just know that, like, I am kind of summarizing a lot of these bugs without going into, like, a technical detail that I normally would for when I draw insects. Alrighty, now for I'll do the antennas. Which I feel like are often forgotten. Alrighty. That was a bit faster than I thought it would take. Okay. So I think I'm going to cut this video here. Added about 3 more bugs. And I'll make another video more. It's probably going to take me a lot more videos to really fit in more, because I see a bunch of space to fit in more bugs. But yeah, thanks for listening. If you have a question, ask in the comments. If you like my channel, please subscribe. But thanks. Bye.